Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Sign my name on the dotted line.
Sign my name on the dotted line.
All I do is a double time.
All I do is a double time.
Up the hill.
Up the hill.
Down the hill.
Down the hill.
On the hill.
On the hill.
Up the hill.
Up the hill.
Airborne.
Airborne.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
C-130 rolling down the trail.
C-130 rolling down the trail.
Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip.
Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip.
Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door.
Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door.
Jump right out and count to 4.
Jump right out and count to 4.
If my man don't up and wide.
Lift my man on up and wide.
I got a reserve by my side.
I got a reserve by my side.
Welcome everyone to a new exciting show of A Soldier's Life. I'm Sergeant First Class Michael Warrick for the Horseheads Recruiting Station up at the Yarnum Mall in Horseheads. Now I know I do say this episode is very exciting, so on and so forth, great content. But with this episode, it's a very unique program we're about to go over. It's called the ACASP program, Army Civilian Acquired Skills Program. We'll get more in depth here in a little bit, but because it's such a very unique program, I requested that one of our subject matter experts, Master Sergeant Stewart, come down from Syracuse in our headquarters battalion in Syracuse to be able to elaborate a little bit more on some of these opportunities. I'm a little familiar with the ACASP program, but a lot of times if we're not necessarily in questioning but want more detailed content, we'll reach out to our battalion headquarters for clarification. So he's going to come down and break it down a little bit more for us for this episode.
Today's competition is fierce. So if you want to get ahead, there's a team that makes winning their job. This is more than a job, though. We're a versatile force, changing the game at home and abroad. You've got the chance to be part of a team of innovators, pushing the limits of science and technology to prevail in complex environments. With tech-focused training, teamwork, and adaptability, every day is a chance to explore uncharted territory and take on new challenges. Anytime there's a victory, there's a team that made it possible.
Welcome back, everyone. Again, thank you for watching A Soldier's Life. Now I'm here with Master Sergeant Stewart out of the Syracuse Recruiting Battalion up in Syracuse. Master Sergeant Stewart, please just let everybody know a little bit about yourself and some of your Army story.
So my name is Master Sergeant Stewart. I've been recruiting since 2009. I originally joined back in 2001, so I've been in this for 17 years. Joined the infantry. From the infantry, I went to Fort Benning, Georgia. Then I went to Vicenza, Italy in the airborne infantry. From there, I went to Fort Carson, Colorado. Got out, went to the reserves for a couple years as a reserve drill sergeant. Got activated as a reserve drill sergeant. Realized I wanted to be go back active duty, so I came back active duty as recruiting. Been in recruiting since 2009. Since I've been in recruiting, been a recruiter, station commander, been a guidance counselor, and now I'm in recruiting operations.
Nice. Now he works up at the headquarters, and whatever we have questions, whether as far as processing or certain regulations that we may not be too familiar with, we give Master Sergeant Stewart a call. He squares us away. Great guy. Love working with him. So we're going to go in this ACASP program. So Master Sergeant Stewart, now the ACASP program is Army Civilian Acquired Skills Program. So I've read a little bit about it, but could you just roughly break it down, the meat of the program?
So what this, the ACASP program is basically if you acquired a skill as a civilian, say for example like a truck driver, all right, and you've done you got a CDL and you've done 2 years of experience. What you can do is you can come into the Army, go to basic training. You come as advanced rank, so you're going to pay grade E4.
Okay.
All right. So as soon as you're done with basic training, you're just going straight back to your unit, or to your reserve unit, or to your active duty unit, whichever route you choose to go. You don't require any additional AIT training. Now, some MOSs do. They require a little prerequisite training or like a refresher course, or to show them our systems compared to their systems, civilian systems. But other than that, it's pretty simple, and it's great for somebody that doesn't have a lot of time or doesn't want to spend 6 or 7 months in AIT or job training, and they just want to go to basic training and start their job right away. They don't have a college degree, so they can't be E4, but with the ACASP program, they can be E4.
Absolutely, that's a huge point right there, what Master Sergeant Stewart was just saying. Coming in as an E4, so your average soldier who comes in will come in as a private, an E1. And unless they have some college, they have to wait what we call time in service or time in grade to go to that next rank, E2, so on and so forth. But if you got that skill and experience, and like again, 88 Mike, which is a tractor-trailer driver, you're driving truck out there making things happen, you can come right in as an E4 and go right to your duty station as soon as you get through basic training. Again, basic training is 9 weeks. You learn how to shoot a rifle, march around, get some discipline, some structure, throw a couple of hand grenades for fun, go through the gas chamber, which, to be honest with you, I love going through. It's an experience, but I enjoy it. So awesome, 88 Mike. That's a really good job. Now, we have a lot of truck drivers around here. My stepfather was a truck driver for a good 30 years. Made good money, but I know a lot of people in our community have always thought about, serving. And so if you're one of those truck drivers out there handling that 18-wheeler rig on the highway, and let me look into this. We have opportunities in the active Army, which is full-time gig all the time, and we also have opportunities in the reserves where you can come in again. You just do your basic training, and you bypass the additional advanced individual training, the AIT, and you go right to your duty station. In reserves, it's 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year, easy peasy.
Military occupational specialty, motor transport operator. This job is an important part of the Army's transportation logistics team, operating wheeled vehicles to transport cargo and personnel where they're needed. To do this, the Army will train you to operate medium and heavy tactical wheeled vehicles, both on and off the road. After you're assigned to a specific unit, you could receive additional training on the Army's multi-purpose vehicle, special unit off-terrain vehicle, or heavy equipment transporter. Your training will include operating vehicles in all kinds of terrain, in various types of weather, and under blackout conditions, using night vision devices. Your training will emphasize safety as you operate the vehicles, including skid control, recovery accident procedures, and fires. You'll also train to identify and respond to international road signs, to recognize and use hand and arm signals that guide vehicles day or night, and to navigate using road, topographical, and strip maps. In addition, you'll train to secure and inspect loads, to ensure that all cargo is transported safely, and be taught vehicle maintenance inspection. You'll also train to prepare operator maintenance and accident forms, and how to perform as a dispatcher. After your initial entry training and advanced individual training, you'll work supporting Army operations day or night, where your duties may include operating wheeled vehicles over varied, rough terrain and roadways in either combat or non-combat support. You may oversee the proper loading of cargo onto various trucks and trailers. In addition, you may operate numerous types of materiel handling equipment and secure cargo against inclement weather, pilferage, or damage. Your duties may also include operating radios or other digital communications equipment, or vehicle-mounted weapons. You may also perform operator maintenance checks or vehicle self-recovery. Serving in this MOS can help you transition from the military to the civilian employment sector. The Army Transportation Team depends on motivated, conscientious drivers. So get behind the wheel in the military occupational specialty, motor transport operator.
Folks, when we come back, we're going to go over 12 Mike. So 12 Mike is, again, it's an occupation in the Army. It's a firefighter. Now, I know we have a firefighters academy up in Montour Falls, New York, that are graduating people all the time. Now, this is a unique opportunity to where, let's say opposed to you want to be a volunteer fireman, that's fantastic. Civil service, I love it. But if you want to, actually get that, all the time experience, so on and so forth, we're going to go over that when we come back. Welcome back. All right, and again, like I said, we're going to go over 12 Mike, again, firefighters. So we have firefighters on every military installation around. And again, it's a unique opportunity to where, if you graduated, again, either the Firefighters Academy in Montour Falls, or, you have certain certifications that qualify you to come right in, you can come right in as a firefighter, come an E4 and just go do your thing as a firefighter, get that experience. So if you decide to get out and go work in a local fire department like that, you're going to have that experience to have you progress up the ranks. So, Master Sergeant Stewart, any insight on some of that 12 Mike positions?
So it's 12 Mike, so it doesn't have to necessarily be just the kids graduating from school, or it can also be a lot of volunteer firefighters. So there's every small village, every small town, every big town has volunteer fire departments. So in those volunteer fire departments, they get their Fire Science 1, Fire Science 2, they get their hazmats, they get their other small qualifications, their emergency responders qualifications. Once you get those, you just, again, you're E4. All right, we scan that stuff into your record, so the guidance counselors at the military entrance processing station see that, and they will process you as an ACASP. All right, you'll go to basic training. Upon the completion of your basic training, you'll go straight to your reserve unit, or you'll go straight to your duty assignment.
Nice.
Yeah.
And again, folks, it's literally that easy. So, if some of this is either, like, wow, this is a pretty amazing program, obviously DVR us, okay? Also hit us up on Facebook or give us a call at the office at the Arnett Mall on Horseheads. Get some information, right? You can only grow from getting information. If it works for you, awesome. Let's go to the next step. If it doesn't, I get it, but please pass this information on. There's a lot of people out there who have these skill sets, who are doing, plumbing or electrical, stuff like that. We have at least over 50 jobs that qualify for the ACASP program. I mean, I have a sheet down here that's just list after list, carpentry, so on and so forth. So please give us a call, and we'll go from there, take the next step. Up next, we're going to go over and talk to Donald Meyers, who is from Waverly, and he just enlisted and is getting ready to ship out in a couple of days as 88 Mike, truck driver.
Military occupational specialty, firefighter. When an emergency happens, every second counts. And when life and property are endangered, among the first responders is the firefighter. This MOS is critical to the Army's fire protection and prevention operations. Operations that include extinguishing aircraft, structural, and natural cover fires, vehicle emergencies, rescue of personnel, and first aid. To qualify, you must not have an unusual fear of heights, confined spaces, or fire. You must also be able to lift heavy objects. Providing you qualify and a vacancy exists, the Army will train you at the Department of Defense's Lewis F. Garland Fire Academy at Goodfellow Air Force Base in Texas to operate the equipment used for basic fire operations on aircraft, vehicle, building, and wildfires. This course trains firefighters from all military services, along with multinational students. Firefighter training puts a special emphasis on rescue and first aid. You'll learn to maintain two-way radio communications and respond to alarm equipment. You will also receive basic instruction in hazardous materials awareness and operations. After successfully completing basic combat training and advanced individual training, you may work in the field or on an Army installation as a member of an engineer firefighting team, or deploy as a member of an engineer detachment in support of Army operations. Serving in this MOS, you'll have the opportunity to apply for and earn certification and credentials through the Army's credentialing opportunities online, further assisting your transition from the military to the civilian employment sector. This is an extremely important and rewarding job, protecting the soldiers of the United States Army. Military occupational specialty, firefighter.
Total Soldier Enhancement Training, also known as TSET, essentially brings the attributes that our soldier athletes use to be good at sports, and we take that to the Army to make them relevant, more resilient, and better warfighters.
We go out and train units up to 50 soldiers at a time and put them through tough physical training.
And then as soon as that task is complete, we require them to think on their feet, do some kind of skilled task.
Some basic wrestling skills at one station maybe, and shadow boxing or hitting mitts in another station. But when they're doing the shadow boxing, they're also learning imagery, how to visualize.
Not many training programs in the Army have that capability, and that's what we can bring. And we can bring it with elite level soldier athletes to any unit across the Army.
Teach you how to take your fears and turn them into your strengths, taking that person who's resilient and giving him a few extra tools.
Total Soldier knows how to do everything. That means he knows how to fight wars, he knows how to take care of himself, he knows how to take care of his family, he knows how to represent his country.
Welcome back, everyone. Like I said before we cut to our content and commercial, I want to bring Donald Meyers from Waverly High School, class of 2015, to allow him an opportunity to introduce himself a little bit, tell his Army story, maybe give a shout out to some family and friends.
Hi, I'm Donald Meyers. I went to Waverly High School. I graduated in 2015. I ran into a bumps in the road when I graduated. I was thinking about the Army, got talked out of it. And now I contacted Sergeant Warrick. I'm going back into it, going in as an 88 Mike, as a cargo specialist. I'm excited. I'm going to Fort Leonard Wood. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait.
Awesome. My man. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
All right, good stuff. Folks, comes to the closing end of our episode, and what I want to do is give special recognition because May is Military Appreciation Month. So I found some really good content about a little infomercial or a video on the appreciation of the military in May, Memorial Day, special recognition to spouses. You know, military folks, you know, their spouses, their children, they all take on obligations too when they serve. You know, whether we go to Iraq or Afghanistan or our next endeavor across seas, you know, our spouses and our children, and they take on obligations. So there's certain days a month that we give special recognition to them. And obviously, of course, Memorial Day to all the fallen veterans that have served in the past. So this is in tribute to them.